Hi, Genki Call here with my newly expanded plot, the Temple of the Sun. I originally had this plot at just over 3,000 before the game allowed us to take it further, and this is going to be a pretty long video because there is a ton to see. And let me see, hit the right button. As you can see in the top right corner, I'm at 3945 of 3,500, and I have put hundreds of hours into this place, and I really want people to be able to enjoy it, which is why I'm doing a video, and I hope you'll also come and visit. You don't have to vote, just come and visit, see everything I've done. But there are going to be shoutouts, there are going to be all kinds of things to show you, so stay tuned. And also I will try to put timestamps in the description below. But starting out here at the entrance, we have um, our fast travel board, and I got it all nicely dressed up here on the Temple of the Sun plot. Here at the Temple of the Sun, it's all about relaxation and learning. Welcome to the Temple of the Sun, a place of learning and tranquility, wisdom and compassion. And yes, I was trying to get the 500 nameplate, but sorry about that. Anyway, I am going to take you off on these little side trips here just because, these are dead ends here starting out. There's a little place here to sit down and relax and just look at the little waterfall that I put in here at the pond. Now, I did say I was going to explain how I did some things, or I meant to say that I was going to explain how I did some things. Not fully, but the way that this is happening here, let me show you. There is something hidden down here, and there's an upside down bellflower fountain, and that is what's causing the little waterfall effect there. All right, back on the path again. Let's see, left or right? We will go left first, and there's so much to see. We've got a little shrine area here, and I'm trying not to move too fast. We will get to the temple itself. All right. Oh gosh, I forgot something. Let me give a little shout out to Horrible Gaming. My mailbox is here underneath this pillar, and it is actually usable. If I go behind it, I can get in here to my mailbox. Horrible Gaming did this for me. I don't know how she did it, but check out her channel, and I'm sure she would tell you if you ask. She may even have a tutorial on how to do it, and I just missed it. But let me get back over here. We're going to take this first little path. Now, you can see I've used leaves as a pathway. I'm going to say that this is bark dust, and any individual pile that you see sitting around is actually leaves, but I'm imagining this as bark dust. But down our first pathway here, we just kind of have a meditation area where you can sit under the trees, read a book, you can sit with the water as a background and just enjoy yourself. We'll get to that over there in just a minute. We're going to go back here. Like I said, this was a dead end, and we're going to go, yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll continue on to the left. I'll go ahead and show you what's inside this doorway here. It's just a little kind of a meeting area for people to just sit and talk or wait or whatever they want to do in there. Over here, we've got the first of my ponds and one little snail. There are some natural looking plushies hidden across this plot. Next we have this shrine area here. Now this shrine is made out of the Bellflower Regal Fountain and the Maji Market cart, which has been sunk down into the ground. And to hide the back of it, we have just a stone pillar. So that is how this was done. This is one of my favorite pieces. I have a lot of favorite parts of this plot, but next up we have this lovely area here with my aviary. Now, keep an eye on the bird. Watch what happens when it gets scared. It's going to go up through the hole in the roof when it flies away. I love that. Love it. But this this aviary is one of the first things that I built when I first started learning how to build things. Had it on a different plot and I rebuilt it for this one. This is obviously, this is Capital Chic wall decor, and these are a lot higher than you would normally see if you just did a glitch to put them into the ground. And what I did was I glitched them on top. Let me run over here. I ghosted this item here over there. And you can probably see some of the things moving over there. Well, you can't see it, but I glitched them on top of that when I did the glitch to put these into the ground to create my fencing here. Next up, we've got another little meditation area, and it's just all about tranquility. In this part of the plot anyway. Another area to just sit and relax. And in the back here, now one of my favorite scenes in here is coming out the back of the temple to see this, but we're just going to do it this way because there's so much to see. And here we have the celebration of life area, the cemetery area, whatever you want to call it. These headstones with, okay, so these are, let me show you. This is the Emberborn columns. This is the Emberborn stool. And this is the ranch house table lamp. All put together, I had to use a lot of ghosting. A lot of these pieces on the ground are anchors for these things that are floating here. And these were inspired by Xpodrao. He is absolutely amazing with building, amazing at glitching. Absolutely check out his stuff. I have multiple tours of his plots and on my channel here, and also including the temple build that inspired this part of my plot. All right, moving on. Now, at the Temple of the Sun, we have the monks that are, the primary focus is astronomy. But we also have master craftsmen on site that create, and jewelers and glass people that blow glass and create to sell things to the public to fund the learning and to fund the charitable causes. Over here, they're even doing a little gardening and giving away the food. Over here, we've got a little shed. Now, if you want to know how to build this shed, I did a tutorial on that. And this is a variation of the tutorial that I did on how to build a shed over your shipping bin, which many of you have probably already seen. But I'm going to show you the back here because I did put a little time into decorating the back here. Not a big deal. I have so many items on this plot, y'all. So many items, but we're going to head back around and we're going to run back over, well, we'll come back over here and see all of that. We are going to get into the temple. You know what? I'll go ahead and do the temple now. We'll do the temple now. We'll do the bottom of the temple right now. So again, meditation areas all over the place in here. And here's the entryway that I showed you before, the little meeting area. Over here, we've got a reading nook. And over on the other side, we have this little reading nook. Now, don't know if you noticed, but there is a vase here that is not in the game. This vase is not a vase. This vase is actually the bellflower table lamp turned upside down. If you look just right, you can see the bottom of the lamp there. But that is how I created this lamp. Now, these stairs alone took me 2 hours to make. I did it using Code Red Alerts tutorial. Really difficult, but I guess we're going upstairs now. I guess we're gonna go upstairs. And let me near. I'm gonna come around the other way to show you properly how it looks when you're entering the temple at the top. So you right away you are faced with the kitsu. We've got a meditation area over here. Over to the left, we have, gosh, this needs more decoration. This is the astronomy tower, and if you come and you sit here in the chair, let me sit, please. Oh, stop that. There we go. Sit. And look through the telescope, you'll see that they are studying the sun. Now, let's not get too pedantic here. Yes, aiming a telescope at the sun will burn your retinas out, but just go with it. Just go with it. And over here, one of my favorite spots on the plot, we have this area. Now, a while ago, the devs did an update that kind of ruined a lot of these details I have with the copper and the stone. Before, you could see that this was a sun pattern. And the way that the stone and the copper go together now, you can't see the sun pattern anymore. It makes me very sad. And I have multiple places on this plot where that kind of thing was something that I did intentionally with the copper and the stone to create these beautiful patterns, and they're gone now. I'm so sad. All right, we're going to head back out here and enter the plot from this section. Over here, now there's more relaxing areas. We're going to follow the pathway. Along the way, we've got the little chapa fountain. We've got master craftsmen. They make all kinds of stuff. So we're going to head up here. We've got a little area for a couple of people to just sit and play a Zen game together. And next up, my second pond. Now, the interesting thing about these ponds, if you put them on one of these yardwork landscape pieces, that you won't have the water. It kind of disappears. You can see there's just a tiny bit of water there. So I made this one into a rock garden. Now over here to the right is an all new area that I added in to fill in this part of the plot because, you know, at 3,000 item limit, I couldn't do it before. But this is another favorite area of mine. Up at the top, you can see they're like clockwork cogs. If I could animate those to have them turning, all of them turning separately, I would be so happy. I would be so happy to have those cogs up there moving. I think it would be such a cool effect, but I'll take what I can get. This is the learning area, that book that you see on the pedestal here. This is the area for someone to speak, and then the students sit and they can do independent study when the teacher's not here and just learn. Just learn. These steps here are, of course, tables. These are the Emberborn coffee table that I glitched, and those are all attached to this right here. Oop, not that one. This one? Yeah. Okay, two of them. There's a lot of glitching here. A lot of glitching. Tried to save a lot on the whatchamacallit. I tried to save a lot on the item count because, you know, I was restricted to 3,000 originally. And, you know, I just wanted to do so much on this plot, and I wasn't happy with it until I went way over the limit. And I also need to thank Fleur because I did not know how to do the flicking, is what they call the technique, so that I could put this item upstairs, so that I could put these trees upstairs. You can't do that unless you learn how to flick, and Fleur is the one that gave me a tiny little tutorial that taught me how to do that. I have had so much input on this plot. Gerse Games has been huge on this plot. He is actually responsible for this area. You know, he gave me some ideas and I took them and I ran with them. I wanted an orrery and he kept mentioning another fountain, and that is how this was born. Gerse Games is amazing. Please check out his channel. He will hopefully do a tour of this plot as well, without all of, my jabber about how I did things. Also, for those that don't know how this pond was done, these are the capital chic tables that have been colored blue. And then I just have some little plants in here. Like this one is the capital chic planter. And anyway, I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I hope that you will come and visit the plot. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you may be, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye!